Hello, my name is Creighton Rippey. I'm the director of the Greater Detroit Community Outreach Center here in Detroit, Michigan. The center was started back in 1976 for the sole purpose of preventing teen parenthood among our school-age youth. We have a staff of school teachers, social workers, police officers. What they do is after school and on weekends, they go into the homes and counsel with families, with the kids along together, about prevention of teenage pregnancies, effective home-based sex education. Now, I'd love to sit here and talk to you about the over 100,000 parents that we have in our coffers and explain to you how we can prove that this service works. But we found a very important issue over these past 4 decades that should be presented, and we would like to present it to you now. And that issue is your charitable contributions to charitable programs, not just prevention of teenage pregnancies, but any charitable program that says it's out to work with the poor. Now, the question is when you say work with the poor, and that is whether or not we are servicing the problems of the poor or whether or not we're trying to prevent the problems of the poor. And these are two distinctly different services. Prevention says we want to prevent the service from happening. Service says that we want to service, we want to ease the burdens. Now, the problem is that these two have gotten intertwined. And the question is like, are we adding apples and oranges? And sometimes we don't even know what we're adding. We're just funding. There are 4 areas in addition to yourself that we would like to examine and have you take a look at our view of this. The 4 areas are, in addition to yourself, would be, the first would be the foundations. The foundations who spend billions and millions of dollars to help the poor. Secondly, we like to look at the corporations in our country, the corporations that spend billions of dollars to help the poor. And thirdly, there would be the government. The government, again, spends your monies to help the poor. And finally, we look at your community organizations, your churches, your schools, and what they're doing to help the poor. What we like to do, as I said, we want to take each area and just give you a few-minute talk to explain to you what's going on and what problems that we feel that are being made in terms of the support for the poor. Is it service or is it prevention? And we're saying that without the inclusion of a prevention component, that we're not doing service to the poor. Now, what's a prevention component? It's very simple. That in your giving, a prevention component says, first, a service organization must collaborate with a prevention organization. This creates a holistic service, one that doesn't just address service, but it also addresses prevention. And as a result of that, we can now say to the funder, you, that what is being done and what is not being, we can examine it from all areas. So without the inclusion of a prevention component, we don't have a means of saying what's viable and what's not. And we take this and we try to give you an opportunity to think it through. Certainly you got the UF and all the major foundations saying that we're doing the right thing, but they're not out here in the hood. They're not going into the homes. They're not listening. What we need to do is let you see what they're not telling. And in so doing, whether you want to work with us in terms of helping to present this information to the public is up to you. Again, my name is Creighton Rippey. You can look us up on the web at www.greaterdetroitoutreach.org. Thank you.